Alright, doing a 1500 battle report, 1500 point battle report here. I've got my Bealtan Eldar, again my Monster Mash type list, here up against Lee and his Farsight Enclaves, nasty list here. We're doing, with Allied Tau, yes, Farsight with Allied Tau. We're doing a Bay Area Open and prep for a tournament Lee's going to this weekend. So we got Dawn of War deployment here. Kill points are worth 4 here. The major objectives, which are here and here, are worth 2. And the minor objectives, which are these little weird porcelain thingies scattered throughout here, are worth 1. And line breakers worth 3. And Slay the Warlord and First Blood is also a point each. Lee actually won the role to go first, but gave it to me. So I've deployed along the front here. I've got 2 Wraithlords with Bright Lances and Flamers, Avatar of Khaine, and he rolled the Warlord trait for plus 1 inch to his run move. I've got 3 Wave Serpents with Scatter Laser Shuriken Cannons with 7 Dire Avengers in each, 5 Spiders, and 2 units and 3 Jet Bikes in reserve. He's deployed over here. He's got 2 Riptides, one of them with a heavy burst cannon, the other one with that ion accelerator. And then he's got the toolbox commander there attached to the broadside with the heavy rail rifle. He's got 1 missile suit there with a couple of what looks like gun drones, marker drones. And then he's reserved Farsight with his bodyguard with fusion guns. And then another single suit.
Scoring suits. They're actually troop suits.
Troop suits, lame. And missile pod.
Scoring fusion blasters.
Yeah, scoring fusion blasters, great. And then he's deep striking a unit of burst suits there as well. And then these, what look like drones here, are actually his fire warriors. He wanted to stick to a drone list, drone theme, so those are fire warriors, counts as. Alright, so this will be on to Eldar turn 1, unless you would like to seize Lee. Are you going to try and seize?
Oh, I'll try and seize.
Okay, he's going to try and seize.
I do not upside down.
He does not, never mind. Alright, we'll get back after Eldar turn 1. Alright, end of Eldar turn 1. Moved my Wave Serpent up 6 inches here. Jumped my spiders from here. They were up there. Ran a little bit. Shot into what used to be a suit up there. Only 3 of them were in range, and they managed to take out the marker drones. And then in the assault phase, they jumped forward even closer to the Riptides up there. Forgot to mention this Wave Serpent dropped his shield and shot at the Riptide. I think this Serpent put 1 wound on him. This Wave Serpent moved up 12 and unloaded and put 1 wound on him. And this Wave Serpent moved 12 and put 1 wound on him. Wraithlord moved up a little bit and then fired his Bright Lance into the suit that was left there and evaporated him for First Blood. And the Avatar just sort of ran up in the middle of everything. He's completely out of range of everything. These guys in their warp jump move rolled a 2, so double 1. So 1 guy died and they only got an 8-inch move, so that was a bummer. And then they just sort of ran forward, and then Assault moved into terrain there. Wraithlord here moved through cover and then ran because he was out of range of everything. And we are on to bottom of turn 1 for Tau. Right, end of Tau, turn 1. They had a pretty good turn here, as you can survey the board. Alright, so the commander gave Tank Hunter to that broadside back there, and I thought you gave it to, or he had it himself, but then
he has it. He brought it to the Riptide.
Okay, that's what it was. Gave himself Tank Hunter, then left the broadside, joined the Riptide, who also was given ignores, cover, and all that jazz, and he unloaded his burst cannon onto this Wave Serpent, put about 7 pens on it, and needless to say, it exploded. And he killed 2 dudes in the explosion, but they passed morale and were not pinned. Say again?
Warp spider with the
Oh yeah, the explosion killed one of my warp spiders. These guys are just having a tough day of it over here. This squad, yeah. The broadside over here shot and killed another one that he could see, so they're down to 2. The ion riptide over here jumped in the face of the spiders here, shot him, not using his template weapon, but some of his other guns, and then assaulted and killed him off, and then consolidated back that way. In their assault phase, they just sort of went back into their corner for now until next turn when the hammer really strikes for them. So on to Eldar, turn 2. Alright, fair amount of damage dealt right back by the Eldar this turn. This Wave Serpent moved up 6 inches. His passengers jumped out and they blade stormed down this riptide here. Everybody else moved up towards center. He was still out of range, so he walked up and ran. Majority of the rest of the shooting attempted to put some damage on these guys, but everybody whiffed miserably. Either that or he made his saves. I decided to try and take out that broadside, so I used this Wave Serpent, and he just barely managed to kill that broadside back there. So we are on to Tau, turn 2. Alright, end of Tau, turn 2. He had Farsight come in, and he had a single missile suit come in, and nobody else. He really needed these burst cannon guys to come in, but
actually the firework.
Lucky for me, they didn't. Yeah. Either way, he still did plenty of damage here. He again used his toolbox guy over there to destroy my Wave Serpent. And as expected, Farsight did what he does, which is wreck my other tank over here. Luckily, nobody died. I made my saves. Oh, that's right, he put 2 marker lights from there over here, which took away my cover save, so I had no jink. Otherwise, his missile suit failed to do anything else to him. So, after he shot and destroyed everything, then he had a nice boxcars jump to get further away from my troopies over there, and then Farsight jumped away back here. So it's on to Eldar turn 3. Alright, end of Eldar turn 3. My Wraithlord here moved toward midfield a little bit more. This one came around the tree, and the 2 of them, their combined fires took out Farsight and his crew. This unit of jet bikes hopped over the hill from there. They were going to be my backup to help try and shoot Farsight, but it wasn't necessary, so they flatted out over here. And their brethren over there. I forgot to mention the last turn that they both came in on my turn too. I had just snuck them behind this tree here to hide them, so they went flat out to hide right there. These guys moved up toward the Riptide and the Commander. I lost 1 to dangerous terrain. They put a rend on the Farsight, or on the Commander there, but he made his impulse save. Avatar shot there, put a wound on him, but he made his feel no pain. These guys shot at them, I think also did some rends, but again, he either made his impulse save or feel no pain. Between everything, that Commander has made like 5 or so. Between invols and...
Between just invols, you put 5 wounds on him, plus he's made like 3 or 4 armors.
Yeah, he's been a tank back there. So that is the end of Eldar turn 3, on to Tau turn 3. Right after Tau turn... Was this 4?
That was turn 3.
3, turn 3. His burst suits came in. They landed spot on right here, and they unloaded everything over here. And these guys, this dude made like 9 saves or something like that.
Failed 2 out of 14.
Only failed 2 out of 14 saves over here. The missile
got pinned.
pod, but they are pinned. Yes, the jet bikes are pinned over there. The jet bike missile pod shot at the Avatar. They didn't do anything. Over here, they unloaded everything on him. and he made his saves like a boss. Failed 1 invul and 1 armor save out of like 10 or so, 10 saves. So he was the man. So it'll be on to Eldar turn 4. End of Eldar turn 4. My jet bike still pinned, oddly enough. This Wraithlord shot over here and took out 2 little drones.
Highlight of the turn.
Yes, the only thing that really died. The only thing that died. That Wraithlord shot over here. They went to ground for the 3-up cover save and area terrain, and they made their saves. And this guy continues to be the bane of my existence. And I finally managed to put 1 wound on him after 3 rounds of shooting. But it took 3 Rens from the Dire Avengers there, as well as the Wailing Doom from Mr. Avatar here. Alright, excuse me. Alright. These Dire Avengers just moved a little bit closer to the objective. I wasn't going to go and try and chase him across the board after him. And the Spiders just jumped back to assist back here. Same deal with these guys, they're just kind of camping out back here. On to Tau, turn 4. Alright, end of Tau, turn 4. Fire Warriors walked on to provide a screen against the Avatar, but they don't really need it anymore since Commander and Riptide here wiped him off the board. The Fire Warrior shot and killed like 3 of my Dire Avengers here. Snap firing over here went into this jet bike but failed to do anything, so he was forced to unload all these burst cannons on 1 jet bike. And he successfully killed him pretty easily. And then, of course, used his jetpack move to jump away there and jump away there. So it's on to Eldar turn 5. End of Eldar turn 5. Not a whole lot going on. These guys just sort of moved down the hill. These guys shuffled a bit just to block some line of sight. These guys just moved back and forth, just get their jink going. He moved up and was initially going to shoot maybe some Fire Warriors, but he shot down here and only managed to take out 1 of his little drones. He did not go to ground this time, so I decided to shift fires down here. Only 1 hit, and then he made his cover save. So these guys just moved behind the thing here, whatever that is, cover. And it's on to bottom of turn 5 for the Tau. Alright, end of Tau turn 5. Everything focus fire on the Wraithlord who used to be here. These guys managed to put 2 wounds on him. He failed to wound. And these guys just managed with all of their shooting to finally finish him off. These Fire Warriors, they only had line of sight to this 3 of the guys in this squad, otherwise they would have been wiped out. And that is it. We are on to Eldar, turn 6. Alright, end of Eldar, turn 6. Dire Avengers and the bikes moved up for this objective. These guys just centered around this one. These guys just moved around to this objective here. Spiders are just up in the forest there. Wraithlord moved out, assaulted the Fire Warriors, only managed to kill 1. But luckily he broke leadership and I ran him down and consolidated toward the Commander and the Riptide there. It's on to Tau, turn 6.
Win the minor, win by 1 point.
Yeah.
Is what it would have been.
End of the game. Lee made a critical mistake here. He overcharged his gun just because that's what Tau guys always do. Instead of, he could have boosted it and given his jetpack a move to come over here and contest this objective, and which would give him the minor objectives. So what he did was he split off his commander, moved up here, combined shooting from missile pod over there, and these guys over here killed my Dire Avenger, so he didn't even need to shoot. He moved up and shot the Dire Avengers off that objective, and then tried to make his assault jump, but wasn't even close. So how we have this is he's got me on kill points 7 to 9. 9 to 7 you. I've got Line Breaker with 3 units in here to his 1, could have potentially been 2. And I've got First Blood and Slay the Warlord, and he got Slay the Warlord. So we are at 5 apiece here today. So we have a draw. But he should have won.
I realized it right away.